Okay, let's try this out. I hope that the Wi-Fi is working. I don't see anything though. But anyways, we are live, so I'm just gonna be trying something new here. I'm so sorry that I did not warn you that I'm gonna be coming live. It's just that I need to check something. So I can't make a video this morning. So because I have an hour to spare before I go to a meeting, I thought let me go live instead because I'm not prepared with a video like I usually do in the morning, where we actually I owe you a video for what happened after lunchtime because I do have that script already prepared. I did listen to Mtogo. I managed to listen to him while I was busy working, and then when I got home, I also watched the rest of his evidence in chief, and he dropped bombs. I think he dropped some serious bombs in there. Thank you, thank you. Come, you came in through. Good morning, my friend. Good morning to you too. Good morning. I see five people. I'm just experimenting with this. I don't even know where we're going with this live. Uh, Out of the blue. I am so sorry that I'm just throwing it at you all just like that. Hey, Kukushange, Mtanagiti, how are you doing? So we're just trying something new here this morning. And of course, like a YouTuber that I am, if I see a great idea, because let's be honest, I saw this idea of going live in the morning from Undandom Dlej. So before somebody calls me a copycat, yes, I copied her. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm thinking in the morning, I get here very early in the morning and then I prepare a video and then editing takes forever. And by the time the video has exported and uploaded, it's already like what, quarter to 11, sometime half past 11, sometimes 12 o'clock, and already the court is in session. So I'm thinking, Ntandam Ledger, I think you got something here. You got something here. Do a live in the morning and then listen to the first half of the testimonies, then create a video for lunch and then drop that video and then continue listening for the rest of the testimony up until 3:30, and then from there we discuss in a video the proceedings that took place thereafter. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. So thank you, Ndandom Ledge. Yes, like I said, I am copying her because clearly I have 11 people that have joined this live. So that means she was onto something and she did not tell us. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go into these live chats. Okay, I've already seen Okaskazi. So when we as Zulus, when we share the same surname, we are cousins automatically, just like that. We are relatives. I don't even know who Kuku, and I'm sure she doesn't know who I am. But because she's Shange is Tumagute, by the way. We cousins. Anyways, let's continue. Lol, you're doing good as usual. Thank you so very much. I appreciate, and all the people that are new in this channel and you're watching, welcome, warmly welcome. You guys, thank you so much for your support. Kuliso, good morning from the Netherlands. Goeiemorgen, is that how they say it? I'm so sorry. I know Dutch and Afrikaans, they have some similarities. Please, I'm sorry. I was just being a little bit funny there. Good morning to you two, all the way to Netherlands. Thank you for joining. Louis, laughing too. Why are you laughing? And by the way, the surname Duma is a different surname altogether from mine. It's not the same. um Anything takes forever. Oh, I tell you, every morning I want to scream after filming a video that I post that, oh my goodness, I still have to edit, and editing just, it takes forever. If you are not a YouTuber, the worst part about being a YouTuber is when you are editing. Everything else is fun. The tongue tiedness is fun because you are able to edit it out. The getting frustration behind the scenes is also fun, but you get a video out anyway. Sometimes the laziness does creep in, but because the video needs to be out, you put out a video anyway. So that's the fun thing about being a YouTuber. Your copyright things, my friend, and we will be copying from you, yeah. No, yeah, yeah. You know, let me correct that statement. It's not copying, it's taking inspiration from other YouTubers. This is something I always encourage in my YouTube education, that do not copy like word for word, attitude to attitude, but take inspiration from your favorite YouTuber and then incorporate it into your own content. Let's see what happens. Don't copy them, but take inspiration. So I took inspiration from Tandom Ledge. If she has a problem, I can phone her. She has my number. Please call me SK. Longway. Longway moonwalked. Yes, we're about to talk about that. SK, we're about to talk about that because, yay. I wait. Let me just finish these live chats and then we get to that one because it's not make sure. It's not make sure. Kulisa says lol. Goedemorgen, Clancis. Goedemorgen to you too. I think I got the pronunciations correct because there's no way that Afrikaans is rooted from Dutch and then the G's are not. I'm just saying. Please call me SK. I feel sorry for YouTubers who have to repeat the crazy stuff coming out of court. It's way too funny seeing you guys reading the dialogues. SK, hey, but I hope you are enjoying it though, because there has been some people who come and say, "Yeah, not lawyers." Of course, we know we're not lawyers, but we got opinions. Okay, it shows that the Abdullah Oblongata is actually functioning. So to say no, let's wait for the lawyers and and expect this. Hey, we are also going to be part and parcel of the. There's this thing called court of public opinion. This is what we are. I call us members of the public gallery, and members of the public gallery don't have to follow any route that is taken by legal experts, because a legal expert, when they ask a question, they will tell you, I don't want to speculate, I don't want to cross that, because in their profession there's nothing they can say that is going to satisfy what you are already thinking, because you want that answer. But people like us, the YouTubers, we go all in. We go all in because we don't have to follow any guidelines and any rules, the professional route of the legal, so-called legal aspect. At the end of the day, you will still be left like, wait a minute, because I found myself in the same situation. Like, so what was the whole point of watching this interview with a legal expert if my questions, because of course when a host of a show asks a question, usually that question is a question that the public is asking. And so now you sitting as an expert and you don't give the public what they want to hear. Yay, no, leave it to us then, to YouTubers. Tina, we don't have to say, oh, professionally, hey, I can't cross this line. We go in, we will ask that question and we will speculate on it until the court makes a pronouncement. All of this stuff that we are doing, we are just speculating. The court has not made any kind of a pronouncement as to all what is going on in that court. We don't know. We were not there on the 26th of October 2014, but we have a brain to make up our own minds as to what we think may have happened. It might not be exactly, but please, the people that are coming before us must not lie and make a total fool of ourselves like a long way. Simply just waltz out in the midst of danger. Somebody's carrying a gun, but no, he gets up, pushes the suspect, and walks away. And suspect number one with the gun goes like, yeah, Nina. No, it makes no sense. What sense is there? So no, as YouTubers, this is where we are having a field day for us because we don't have to follow any what do you call this legal whatever regulations that prohibits experts from actually making a determination because it's predictions. All of this that you are saying is predictions. So some people are like, oh no, you need that. Oh, shut up, sit down. Okay, to tell a person to shut up is rude. So just sit down. Wako all says, morning, always praying to start. The fear of camera, please, prep is real. Yay. Even myself, live is the only thing that still gives me like butterflies in my stomach. I get so nervous before I click go live. It's quite scary. That part, I can tell you that. Morning walk with all lol, same here. We welcome to YouTube. Tembelihle says, good morning, love Dima Wakiti. I'm late. Oh, Wakiti now. Thank you. Yes, welcome. Good morning to you too. Good morning. Tandim Temple. Good morning, Clantus. This morning, good morning to you too. I'm so surprised 41 people are here. And it's what time now? It is almost 20 to 9. And we are here, guys. Woo! Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the support. Let's see, where did I stop? Wako or Mpasane, have you started? I think I saw your name in this. No, yeah, she started a long time ago. I watch her videos and her vlogs basically. So you're the only one who's left behind. For the past 3 years, I've been trying to convince you to start a YouTube channel. Tepelito says, please don't forget to click the like button, guys. It did. Please, you assisted this channel to get pushed even further by YouTube when you click the like button. 53 people. Y'all are just amazing people. Changing the narrative. Good morning, my booty and my sister. I'm not sure if both of you are watching, but thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Love y'all, guys. The Pashana says, walk with all, walk with me. I think I'm hooked to your channel, Conje. Which button I should press? For what? For this is Andres Tulo. You mean for subscribing? It's just a black button written subscribe. If you're talking about subscribe, if it is the like button, it's the thumbs up sign. Then that's the like button. And once you have subscribed, also click the bell. There's going to be a bell. Then click all, and then every time I upload a video or I go live, you'll be notified by YouTube. Okay, there's a lot of refreshing going on by okay, let's see, where's my mouse? I'm losing some people. Yeah, Pastor says I have a channel, but I hardly go live because I'm scared. We're all scared, trust me. Going live is gangster, I'm telling you. Zosmia says already like, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Zo. Please call me SK. Apparently, the hospital they took Senzo to has no security cameras. If we had hospital records, we would know the first people at the hospital for sure. I also agree. I'm very shocked that there's no cameras there. A whole government hospital? What if a mad person walks in there and starts doing awful things to patients there, or maybe the doctors and the staff? Remember the policeman who walked into Tembisa Hospital and shot and killed his girlfriend or wife, who was a nurse? I asked myself, where are the CCTV footages for that? It's scary. Butter and babies, morning classes, morning to you too. How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Lol, we are wide awake, my friend. It's 8:41 now. Yes, I see. Thank you. I appreciate this. I appreciate this so much. Whoa, my okay, I'm losing y'all. I'm losing y'all. Okay, there we go. Noni M podcast. Good morning to you too. I sent you. I made a comment before, and I asked you to DM me. I don't know if you did. My WhatsApp is giving me issues. Honestly speaking, that message that I tried to send to you, it's still out there in cyberspace, and it's not reaching. It's not even showing me whether it is whether you blue tick me or gray tick me. I don't see anything. So please, I still want to converse with you about YouTube as you had asked me. DM me on my Instagram at Clantis underscore Dumagu, they're all small letters. Noni says, you do owe us a video, Keva. Yeah, I know. Oh, I do. It's fine. Work with all. Wish my content is technical. It needs a prep that makes me postpone every time. The little that you've got, whether it's 2 minutes long or 3 minutes long or an hour, post it. Post that what you already have, you can build on it. Like where you stopped, then you build on that. So please, no excuses here. Isaac Silo says, morning, based on the heading, interested on your take on the subject. Yeah, I have very strong opinions about that. Very strong opinions. Uh, Andrew says, I'm on it. Thanks. I'm officially a member. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're warmly welcome. Thank you so much, Andres. The Mpashani says, let's not forget to show some love and like the live, lovely people. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Jose or Jose. How do you pronounce? Is it Jose or Jose? I think it's Jose, right? Morning cleanses, it's very good to get important insights from you. Super analysis. You know the pressure you people you place on me. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let me do the best that I can because there are people on the other side of this camera that seriously appreciate what I do, and I appreciate you guys very much as well. Tembelita says, is this a private or a government? I don't know. Hey, I think it's a public, what do you call this? A community clinic. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been there. I've never been to Fort Lauderdale, by the way. Hey, never. So I wouldn't know. Ronnie Lamini, good morning, clients. Like your analysis. Thank you so much, Ronnie. I appreciate it. Oh, butter and babies. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Let me pin that. I highly appreciate all the super thanks and the super chats, just like Butter and Babies just did. I appreciate you guys. You are awesome. Love y'all. I love what you guys do for this channel. The support, very, very appreciated. Pashana says some government hospitals don't have cameras that don't work. Yeah, some of them they actually have just an empty camera box, and then when you go and ask for footage, it's like, oh no, that thing is just to scare off criminals, and you're like, okay, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Put the real thing. Bongisiwe Dube, morning guys, morning contradictions between Zandi and Mthokozisi. Yo, hey, I want to get to this video, but hey, the comments are coming through like nobody's business. Butter and babies, you've been doing so well with this case. Thank you so much. I do see your comments and how impressed you are about all of that, as well as the growth of my channel. I think by 6 p.m. this evening, my channel would have hit 6,000 subscribers in less than, I think it should be a 1 day short of a week since I hit 5,000. I am so appreciative. I'm so grateful, you guys. Wako, or are you working from home today? No, I'm at the office. When you see this setting, I'm at the office. I'm in a different office that has very good lighting. My office is a little bit dark. It's on the other side of this building. So I only get good lighting around 2ish, like 1:30 to 2. That's when the sun is not, I think at a 90-degree angle and about to like shine into my office, which is actually not a good thing because it doesn't illuminate you very well. So it's good when the sun is still above. So this side, all this is natural light from the office that I'm in. Okay. Basana says butter and babies. He says Rodney says good morning, Clentus. Like your analysis, brother. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. I appreciate it again. Lol. I mean, Phosphorus. I've never been. I've never been there. I am African. Hey, what's up, bro? How is where in Africa are you? Because you are always all over Africa. If you're not in England, you're in Africa somewhere. Where are you in Africa? Oh my goodness. Good morning, bro. This isn't a topic for me, but stopping by to say hello, trust you are well. No, thank you. Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you so much. I hope you are also well too. And then continuing with those awesome videos that you do. Love them all. Self awareness, Z. Okay, I think you say Gen Z 2009, right? I don't I don't know. That's a very interesting name. Hand pink waving. Hi to you too. Please call me SK. I see the AKA thing ending up just like the Kelly Kumalo thing. We saw who killed AKA, but yet no arrest. I I was talking. I don't know who I was talking to about this. I'm like, this is like deja vu for me. This happened in February. Now we are almost towards the end of the year, and no arrest, no leads, nothing. I know. Come on, people. No, I agree with you. Noni M says you are so spicy this morning. The copying issue. Hey, if anybody has issues, Ntandom Leche and I, number one, we went to vets together. We used to hang out together, me and Ntandom Leche, so don't even go there. See, now I'm revealing friends. Oh my gosh. Auxiliary does. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, girl? Good morning to you too. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please call me SK. And no camera outside and inside the hospital. Then that hospital can get away with anything. That is true. That is so true. That means the public itself is not safe from the doctors and the nurses. And then if a patient has some sort of maybe a malpracticed doctor has done something to the patient, that means they can't have any recourse because they have no proof. I agree. That is just not right. That's not right. Um, the Mpashana says he's the best indeed, and he's well spoken. I can listen to him the whole. My head just went big. I'm trying. It's getting heavy. No, I'm kidding. No, thank you, thank you, Andres. At Tembelike, it's a private hospital. Oh, it's a private hospital with no cameras. No, it needs to be held accountable for that. Bongisiwe says Zandi Mapolo, but I think you say Popo. Oh, Popol. I see Mapopol. You no people, can you see me? Show me a thumbs up if you can see because I just saw my network just disappearing on me. When the boom phone was in the hospital, hey people, let's get into this because I see that the what do you call this? The network is starting to give me issues again. Hi everyone, Constance Hosi, how are you? So here's the thing. I believed Mthokozisi from the beginning of his evidence in chief. He was saying everything that I believed. I could feel it in his soul that this part he's telling the truth about before the 26th, and in the morning of the 26th of October, all the way till about when they were about to leave. Remember, he and Tumelo were outside, and then Tumelo had gone to smoke, and then when they were done, okay, they left the premises so that they could smoke outside, not to disrespect the Kumalos by smoking in the yard. And then when Tumelo was done, they went back into the premises, but Togo told Tumelo not to get into the house yet. He must first stand outside and get the smoke off him. And then from there, he asked him to go and wash his hand. When Tumelo returned, this is when they started discussing about leaving, because Mthokozisi said he sees no point in being here. It's time to go. That's when Senzo Meyiwa comes out of the house and he says the exact same thing. And then they all agree that it's time to go. But Mthogo felt that it is appropriate that you say goodbyes the appropriate way before we leave. And then Kelly Khumalo comes out of the house and then invites them back into the house. When they all get into the house, take their seats as they were sitting, Kelly then addresses Senzo, says, "You guys, if you want to leave, then you have to bid farewell properly to the mother." Of course, Mthogo and Tumelo will not say it because they at the Kumalas at the behest of Senzo Meyiwa, so they are not going to be the ones that are leading the way and say, "Oh, nsale kahle," and all that. That will be rude. So instead of that happening, Kelly decides to tell a joke or impersonate some church, and this is when Mthogo sees a figure behind Kelly Khumalo. At first, he thinks all this is a joke because this person is just asking for money and cell phones. Then Kelly gets into the room. This is where, for me, I start getting lost. Like, okay, you were doing so well so far. What is this? I had hoped that this intruder story thing, he was going to say, okay, when he got to that point, he would have said, okay, I want to tell the court the truth. Senzo Meyiwa was my friend. And as a friend of mine, I owe him the truth. I owe him the justice that he should receive. Yes, it is the state that is busy, giving him the leeway to drop his evidence in chief, and it could shut it down if it wants to, because it's not going to play in the state's favor. So, of course, I would have said, come what may, and just tell my truth. But no, he sticks to the script that he's practiced for 9 years. And then there is so many loopholes in this script. The first loophole is Kelly Khumalo running into the bedroom. That is opposite the arch door. That is opposite the kitchen. The second discrepancy, Zandi says Longwe jumped, pushed, and suspect number one with a gun, staggered. But no, Mthogo says Longwe stood up and just pushed suspect number one and walked. Did not run. Zandi said he ran. He pushed and walked out of the house. And then what does suspect number one do when he sees one of his victims is walking out? What do you think he's going to do? No, he doesn't say anything, doesn't ask him to stop, doesn't point a gun, doesn't shoot him, but he walks out. And then guess what happens to Longwe? He disappears into oblivion. Like, make it make sense. The other discrepancy, when everybody stood up, Senzo then went to suspect number one, and then there was a scuffle for the gun. And then there's pushing, and they all enter into the kitchen. And then what does Mthogo do? He sees Christian. And then he takes Christian to protect him from harm's way. And then he watches all of this happening. Now, you tell me, you see an opportunity to leave the space of danger, and you have a child that you need to protect. Do you stop and watch? Or do you get out of the house, scream for help, take this child next door and say, the little baby is in the house asleep. They are all in danger. And why is Kelly Kumalo not screaming on the other side of the house? Because she already locked herself in the bedroom. Come on. Come on, people. This story of intruder does not exist, or intruders. It does not exist, because I could go on and on. I got notes here of discrepancies. Look at the list of discrepancies on this piece of paper. You know, another one. Let's see which other one. Where's Longwe? Where is Longwe at this point? Somebody tell me what happened to him. And the other discrepancy, okay, let's say there was an intruder. Now, why the people in the neighborhood did not see two people enter the Kumalo household? Okay, then in my mind, I'm thinking, is it possible? Is it possible that Longwe came with two other people when he came to the Kumalo house? And then these two people discussed this house. I'm going to go to Kumalo land. Surely this X6 that is parked here, we can get something if we held them up. That's a chance. So why nobody is saying something like that? Would say again, no, this person came with Longwe, because we know Longwe. For some reason, I don't know what pinched him in his house in Dunfern and came all that way to do what? To do what? Another discrepancy. I'm not going to read all of them. I mentioned about Togo watching everything happen with a child that is supposed to be protecting from harm's way. He sees everything unfolds. And then the other one, what did I say? Why intruders did not have any sense of urgency? Why were they so relaxed? What? And he doesn't mention that they were aggressive or like something. No, they just say money and cell phones. And then from there, like chameleons, they were taking their time. No sense of urgency, no sense of anything. Even the people that I held up, one is in the bedroom, not screaming. Not screaming. The second one walked out, does not summons the community. You telling me when you get an opportunity to escape a robbery, you are just going to sit outside and what? You're not going to say, hey guys, there's something going on. We are being held up. Mthogo, after that, he jumps. I don't know. After hearing a gunshot, I don't know what happens to Christian when he hears a gunshot, because the next thing we hear from him, he's now jumped and escaped. As suspect number 2 follows him, chases after him, and then he jumps into the next door neighbor's, the Nacha's yard. And the question is, because he says he was shocked, is it possible that it was not suspect number 2 that was chasing after him, but somebody else that may either was running or maybe heard a gunshot and thought, hey, I'm seeing somebody run, let me run too. Because he says he ran down the road and disappeared. Maybe that person ran and then went into their own home. Then from there, Mthogo, of course, meets up with the Nachas. That's Nacha Senior and Junior. And then he tells them, hey, you know what? There's a problem at the Kumalos, this, and that. And guess what he does? After I think they believed him, he jumps back to the danger zone. Not only does he jump back into the danger zone, he enters the house. He has no clue what had happened to the gunman, but he jumps back into the house. And then this is the part that broke my heart, because I think from this point, this is when he starts telling the truth. From that point where he jumps back into the Kumalo house, he then starts telling the truth, because from that point on going forward, I believed everything he said. But the intruder scene, you know, that scene, no, that's bull. Now, what breaks my heart is that when he walks back into the house, he sees Senzo lying on the floor in the living room, unattended. What had happened to all those people? Because, I remember he said he saw Makumalo coming out of the house while he was next door. And then he asked Makumalo, where is the gunman? I don't know what Makumalo said, or he doesn't remember what Makumalo said. Then he went into the house. Kelly, Zande, okay, we know Zande ran to Mapiri to seek for help. They froze, everybody froze, or I think everybody froze. That is why Senzo Meyiwa is lying there dying. He says when he walks to Senzo, he was gasping and he was trying to say something because he was breathing through the wound. He lifted his t-shirt, it was a white t-shirt, and then he sees the bullet wound. He tries to lift his hand and to drop it to see if he's in control of his body, but he sees that he's still alive and he's still in control of his body. And then at this point, this is when people start coming in, and then suggestions are made, or a discussion of some sort is made. Okay, before I just saw something before I lose it, because this is moving very fast. My friend, thank you so much. Thank you. Ice cream for 5,000 subbies. I wish it give option for any money you want. Love you lots. No, love you too. Thank you. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now, from this point, I believe what Mthogo says. I believe everything that he says. The time when Senzo Meyiwa was being lifted into the X6, taken to the hospital, everybody jumping out because they parked at the emergency spot of the hospital. And then the nurses come out with a stretcher, places Senzo on the stretcher. But before that, he says that Senzo, in the car, he once again tried his best to make sure that he is alive. He lifted his arm once again, but this time around, it was limp. It would just fall. And then he also realized that Senzo had stopped gasping. This is when he realized that he's either has passed on or he's about to pass on. And then he's taken by with the stretcher into some surgery room. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, a nurse comes out, asks for an elderly person. And then Mthogo says, it is Makumalo who goes in. But Mthogo tells us it's her. Unless Mthogo, because he doesn't know the people in the Kumalo household, maybe he thought Mthogo was Makumalo, because it says it's Makumalo that went in, but he followed. And when he followed, that is when he heard the doctor declaring Senzo Meyiwa having passed on. And then there is hysteria. And then they start making phone calls, but he did not have airtime and his phone was off. He asked the nurses if he could charge his phone so he can make some phone calls. He and Kelly Kumalo jump into the vehicle, I think the X6, to go buy airtime at the garage. And then the first person he calls is Mandisa. Of course, rightfully so. Call Mandisa and tell her what just happened. And then because he could not speak, then Kelly took the phone and then she speaks to Mandisa. And then there is a back and forth between Mandisa and Kelly Kumalo. Of course, I'll be upset too if I was Mandisa. Like, Yabona, all that stuff I would have said to her as well if I was Kelly Kumalo. And then, of course, Mthogo takes the phone, and this time around, Mandisa was no longer on the other side, but a friend. And then Mthogo just said, please let everybody come to say their final goodbyes or something like that to Senzo. Now, all of this is happening. Mandisa is at the party where Senzo Meyiwa was supposed to have been. Instead, he was gallivanting with Kelly Kumalo to Soweto instead of being at the party. Now, I'm not going to victimize the what do you call this, the deceased, because he cannot speak for himself. But because I'm trying to also try and to say, as a human being, you would be here today had you been in that party. But anyways, happened what happened. Let's leave it like that. But then from there, everybody then comes to the hospital and whatnot. But I'm not interested in that scene because, okay, I believe all that scene. I believe the scene about Senzo Meyiwa's sister Untanta calling Togo and asking for Senzo's ID, and then Togo goes to Foslorus. Foster's is told that no, he's in Malbertin. Before he goes to Malbertin, he goes to Foster's police station, and then he's interrogated or asked questions for 4 hours regarding the what had happened, because he actually handed himself over as a witness to say, I'm a witness in the death of Senzo Meyiwa. And then, of course, the police will take that opportunity to question him. And it took about 4 hours. And then from there, then they drove to, of course, they get there, the house is filled with the media. Screen right now. Okay, now I'm back. So then from that point, then the state. And I was like, why? Remember when he got to Kelly Kumalo's house in Malbertin, or Senzo Meyiwa's house in Malbertin, and asked for the ID? That's when Kelly Kumalo said, no, I'm not going to give you Senzo's ID. Then the state interjects and says, why? What was the discussion about that the state doesn't want the court to hear about? I hope the defense team caught that and they will interrogate that, because we want to know what was the discussion and why Kelly Kumalo refused to hand over Senzo Meyiwa's ID book. She's not the wife, but why? Why did she refuse? I want to know that. I'm very interested in that. So anyways, let's talk now the scene, which I think is very important as well. And I have questions. The scene when he is picked up in Umlazi by I understood now why Mthogo was having difficulties trying to think how to call her, because in my head I've got the WITCH word, W. So before, you see, that part angers me, honestly speaking. I am so livid about what the police did to Mthogo, irrespective of what they think about him. This Joyce drives all the way from Gauteng to KZN, specifically Umlazi, to pick up Mthogo for a statement in Johannesburg. Mthogo, who was going to a rally of some sort, and his mother was still not home, eventually, well, he asked them, after a little argument with them or some disagreement, but they reminded him that he's a witness. Still, I still think he could have said, you know what, guys, I can write the statement over the phone or whatever the case is. I don't have to be there physically. But anyways, let's leave that one. His mother eventually arrives, and this woman, the Buthelezi Joyce woman, looks at another woman in the eye, a mother, I'm assuming she's a mother too, another mother in the eye, and say, we are taking your son to Johannesburg so that he can write a statement and it will bring him back. Knowing fully well that she, the devil, will do what she did to him, she and her partner. How do you lie to another woman who hands over their child in good faith that they are in the safe hands of the people that swore to protect us and to serve us? Hops in him in the car, drives him 6-7 hours from Umlazi to Pretoria. And then she leaves the office, 2 dogs enter. I will not call those people men. Wild dogs enter with a kit, torture kit. And they did what they did to Mthogo. I don't care whether he's a suspect or what. That nonsense they did to him, it needs to be held accountable. That Joyce Buthelezi woman, I had hoped that this morning when we woke up, we were going to hear in the news that she's been arrested. She and her dogs arrested. She'll be suspended, disciplined, and fired as a police person because she put a citizen, innocent citizen, yes, you are innocent until proven guilty, an innocent citizen, and did the nonsense that they did to him. They need to be held criminally liable. Of course, I don't think Mthogo will be able to sue now because it happened 2 years ago. Statute of limitation in the civil case is 2 years. But criminally, he needs to hold those dogs accountable. That I don't have respect for that Joyce Buthelezi and her partner. And I think this was a command from the investigating officer who is now, I'm beginning to think Uti Lobaba Lona is capable of anything. This Ginindi, or whatever, I think he's the one who was supposed to take the stand as witness number 6. But because the state is realizing, hey, but eventually he will have to take the stand. We want him on the stand because, hey, the character of this man, shady. Almost, to me, gangster. We cannot have gangsters in our police force. We cannot accept that. That Joyce woman is a devil, the daughter of the devil. She's evil. That is my opinion. Evil to the core. And I'm sure she's one of those church ladies, Abakoga, whatever and ever, and go and probably even foam and faints when they pastor preachers. And does that to another woman's child? The audacity of it all when they call the family and say, no, we need to take him back to Mlazi. We brought him, we have to take him. Mina, if I was the Thwala family, I would have said, oh no, he left a long time ago. With what? None of your business. He left a long time ago. Probably is halfway to Durban by now. I would not have handed my child over to monsters. That is what they demonstrated to me. Those are not police. And I did say in some of my videos that around 2019, because Begitele kept promising South Africa, by Christmas, they will be arresting the Senzo Meyiwa case. And now they are desperate and grasping at straws. And now they are using some Russian spy type of torture on an innocent citizen, trying to pin the death of his best friend, or at least I think was his best friend, because the way he performed in court, especially about this intruder story, I don't think that's a friend. A friend will tell the truth about how you died. Maybe it was Senzo's way of teaching Mthokozisi a few little lessons. That is why he got the beating of his life. But that is not justice. This is not how things are done in South African criminal system. No violence, not even from the police, is allowed. How were they allowed? No, seriously, how were they allowed? This Joyce person, if she's still a police, South Africans need to call for her suspension. We need to be outraged because it could happen to any of us. Any of us. If an accident or an incident like this one happened, that means we are all not safe as long as she still holds a position in the police force. No, she needs to be removed. She's evil. Evil. That is my opinion. They probably profiled him and thought, he's more highly likely to be the one that killed Senzo Meyiwa, without knowing that actually that was the friend of Senzo Meyiwa. They've known each other since 2002. But no, they profiled him like, nah, he looks like a criminal. Probably he's the one who murdered him. That is why he was taken to Pretoria and tortured the way he was. No. So that is my opinion regarding that scene. I believe Mthogo 100% on that one. I do believe him. I hope that he took pictures, he got treatment, so that these thugs can be held accountable. Okay, let me go to the live chat and then we'll continue. Constance Corsi say hi everyone. Hello to you. Hilton Duma, how are you, my man? Thank you so much for being here. I'm great, Hilton. How are you doing yourself? Thank you so much. Please call me SK ZCC Church Impersonation by Special K. Special K. Jose Clancy, I wonder if the judge will review previous appointment from Togo. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if he can refer to the previous trial's notes, because this one is a whole new trial. I don't know. That's actually a very good question. Bongisiwa says Kelly was trying to waste time and not them to go, so that her friends isn't Kabi to arrive. That's all. Okay, that's also plausible. The story of her being a mastermind is getting very strong in the public arena. So definitely, that is something that I can accept, but I'm still a little bit skeptical because I have my suspect, and my suspect got up, pushed suspect number one, and walked out of the door, and never came back. The next thing we see, he's at the hospital with his father. That's my suspect. Hey, my hands will still be up through and through. I will not even be pushing. The moment I see an opportunity to escape, it's me and that door or that window. And as I go out, I'm screaming my lungs out, busting my vocal cord if I have to. Because there are people that I love that are in the house. Especially 2 children. One is a baby. Actually, even the 4-year-old is a baby. No ways. Mabizana. how are you? And Longa Thwala walked out but not even called police. I keep asking, where is Longwe when all of this is taking place? What did he do? Did he drive out? Did he sit in the car? What happened to him? Someone's pillar says Longwe walked to the door, opened the door, and closed it, closing the intruders in. Exactly. And then he disappeared and his car vanished. Wow. He even had that. You know, when you're nervous and you're scared, the keys. I don't know if you've been in a situation, you'll be like, and abandon the whole thing and run for your life. But no, he manages to get the car key, turn on the ignition, reverse, and then drive away. I ain't getting about it, so no. No, no. We are not lawyers. We are not investigators. We didn't go to school for all of that. But we are not fools. Why they didn't took the phones? They demanded. Yeah, that's a question. And there was an X62. They could have said, "Here's a motor foods, a whole X6." And then remember, Togo says, what's his name? Senzo also did what Zandile did by hiding the phone between his thighs or between the thigh and the arms rest. I'm not quite sure. And you're telling me these suspects are not watching, seeing movement? Like, hey, when's that? When's that? God, come on, people. No, no. The intruder story is a lie. Period. Lillian, hi, Mr. Clancis. You are highly respected by. Thank you. I think you're saying by you or you and somebody else. I highly appreciate this, Lillian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm humbled all the time, you guys. Thank you. And I'm about to leave because I'm getting closer to my meeting at 9:30. Okay, so if you see me just disappear, just know that I did it to her. But I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna let you know in time. Please call me SK. Says, as for the guy jumping into next door, says I'm not the one. Jumps back. Why? Is it that Mthogo? I think it was Mthogo, or it was Longwe. I don't know. Bongisiwe says, remember Ngache said Mthogo didn't say robbery, but he said it is not me who did it. You? Yeah. Yeah. I also remember that. Please call me SK. Says those guys were visitors, not intruding. They live in the same hood. Every hood in the community knows each other. That's true. And Elokshini, just like the judge said, classic busy. Somebody would have seen something, somebody running out, whatever the case was. But now nobody saw. Okay, maybe Fosloras, it's a quiet township. I don't know. But the townships that I've been to and that I also lived in, classic bees. PTZ. What we all says from listening to Mthogo, I see that witnesses have been asked to talk about their story only and not about other witnesses to get a complete picture. We need Longwe to tell his. No, that's true. Hearsay, you just value. It's all about you and what happened and what did you see that particular day. Auxiliary nurse says, feel like I'm watching a perfect murder unfold right in front of my eyes. You know, my biggest fear right now, because I don't know if it's me, maybe I'm misreading things. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Has any evidence from the state being submitted? Has any evidence by the state being admitted? Because my fear is the judge has a discretion to say, you know what, I've heard enough. And then makes a ruling that due to insufficient evidence, this case, I'm dismissing it. The 5 people that stand accused, they'll be acquitted. And the people that we are suspecting in the public gallery will walk free. And Senzo will never get the justice he deserves, because you cannot bring those people back, even if you find new evidence, even if one of them even confesses, would say, oh, actually, it was me who shot and killed Senzo. That would be double jeopardy, I think. That's my biggest fear right now. Bongisiwa says you can't jump back into danger. I also don't believe that Mina, I would have sought sanctuary from the Ngache, beg them to call the police in my presence and the ambulance and tell them I heard a gunshot, but I ain't going back there until I see the police. Then I will go back. Auxiliary nurse says, I feel like I'm watching a okay, I think I've seen because you had a little bit of an English earlier. Please call me SK. I have a feeling these people try to intervene Senzo for having lots of baby mamas. All the people in the house beat Senzo up, held him while shooter aimed the gun to scare him, but shot by mistake. But I am saying, this is me. I think Longwe had come for Zandi and he was strapped. And then when he saw what was going on and he was not invited, or maybe he's been looking for Zandile and he was angry. And then when he came into, remember, Mthogo says, Longwe, when he entered the house, he didn't greet. I don't know if you heard him. He said Longwe did not greet. He only finds out from Senzo that this is Longwe, who was probably angry. And then somehow, Senzo, when he realized that Longwe is shouting at Zandile, then they went to the kitchen. And then guns were pointed. And then maybe Senzo said something, and then Longwe walked out, got into his car, reversed, off he was gone. That is just me and my own theory as to what really happened. That is why my eye is zoomed in on Longwe, no one else. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kuliso. Thank you so very, very much. Oh my God. This is a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm left with 2 minutes. Call me SK. Oh, okay. They're giving me 5 more minutes. They're setting up. Witnesses are now incorporating the Netflix show script into their testimonies. Oh, yeah. I've not watched the documentary. I decided not to watch the documentary until the end because I have a true crime YouTube channel. So I don't want to cloud my own judgment by watching the documentary. So I've just kind of like parked it until this matter has been concluded. And then when I start compiling a video for my true crime channel, because I'm going to do this case, then I'll watch the documentary and then I'll make comparisons and then I make my own conclusion. Of course, if the person is who killed Senzo is declared, then of course I will say. If it was not, it was another mistrial, then I will say it. But yeah, I think so. But the original statements don't include these details, like the gasping. That info is only on the Netflix show. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't. Candy G says, just subscribed, watching you from Swaziland. Thank you so much. I lived in Swaziland for 2 years. I don't know if that village still exists. It used to be called Dondon, not too far away from Mayflower. Between Mayflower and that village, there is this dark black forest. That way we used to collect woods for fire. I have a very soft spot for Swaziland. I think it's my second home. It's a long story how I got there. But I was a little boy, like maybe 10 years old. Please call me SK. As for the mat on the balls and the tube in the mouth thing, that's torture. But same torture happened to accused number 1 to 5. Really, I heard tubing. What is tubing? I asked myself, what is tubing? I'm very much interested in like spy movies, but I don't know they torture kids. What these stuffs are called, tubing. I was like, that sounds very painful. And suffocation. That is why that Buthelezi woman needs to be arrested for attempted murder, assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. It's a list from what I was hearing. Okay, let me be quick. 4 minutes. Ganande picked him up. Ginanda is the cop that paid off witnesses. Yeah, I don't trust this guy at all. He's giving me gangster vibes. All the especially from Colonel Stain and Mabasa. When you're listening to them, you're like, yeah, they say request, but I think it was a demand. Kuliso, no, thank you as well. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate you. Buthelezi and how do you pronounce this person's name? Ginenda. And the couple who couldn't stomach it. Yeah, apparently he started regretting because he realized that we have a wrong person here. Peter Barbara, how are you doing, my sister? Happy birthday yesterday. Turning 40, you look 25 to me. Wow. My brothers, Clantis. No, thank you so much. Thank you for coming through, Barbara. Thank you. Faith, the Faith was Faith. What are you doing here? You want another screen? Faith, good morning, darling. I hope I'm not late. You are way too late. Gugushage, what kind of an intruder would stand still, watch people moving around? Why didn't the intruders threaten to shoot if these two don't get out of their hiding places? That's true. Shoot something, send a strong message. But no, they don't. Faith, I'm livid. Hey, we discussed this last night on Instagram. You and I were both angry. I went to bed very angry at that testimony. It really worked me up. Auxiliary nurse says, I can just imagine Kelly saying, if I can't have you, no one will. Hey, please call me SK. If his genitals are damaged, can't Mthogo sue? Yeah, I think he can sue. But it's been 2 years, though. Statute of limitation, the civil matter is 2 years. Unless he's waiting for this criminal case to be over. But I think there are other loopholes that he can use out of the outcomes of the court. Then he can lodge a criminal. I don't know. Maybe lawyers can assist us with this one. Yeah. Lebuhang says, Clantis, you are the best, our snob. I'm a coconut. I'll take snob too. Thank you, Lev. What were all the parent in me kicked in and felt pain for that torture? That boy is damaged inside for life. How he held up, I don't know. Me, I would have been crying like a baby. Crying on that stand. But wow, he's strong. Langelihle, see the coconut in me just popped again. Langelihle says, don't you know how the investigating officer work? Okay. Just now. Okay. Okay. They are ready, but how can you say we're ready but take your time? People. Okay. Sianda says, Chief, what is your point? Accused number 1 and 2 were tortured as well. Dude, you need to listen. You need to listen, Sianda. I'm talking about Mthogo. When did I speak about accused number 1 and 2? This is Mthogo's evidence in chief. It's not accused number 1 and 2. Stop doing that, people. Listening is a skill. Come on, stop embarrassing yourself on an international stage like YouTube. Listen with skill. Damn, people. Sorry for being a little bit, because people like Sianda, seriously, I don't understand. Why don't you say, okay, they're talking about Mthogo. I haven't talked about accused number 1 and 2. I know that they were tortured too, because I heard that. But Mthogo is on the stand. What's so difficult in understanding that? Please walk on. Tubes guys are being probed by tubes. Ooh, that sounds painful. Faith, Miss Butelezi and her crew, devils. Someone's pillar. The same thing that happened to Mthogo also happened to the accused who are in the dock. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. You see, this is how you say things. You don't come and say yeah. You need to be mature when you come on an international platform like YouTube. That's how you talk. You see how someone's pillar said it like that, maturely. She understands that, and she's just adding. She's adding, not telling me that why I'm this and Ibo. Faith says that G-man. Someone's pillar says Mthogo Pre De Novo mentioned that he has a case that he opened against Joyce. I hope she's fired. Faith, how do you do that as a mother? It's sad. Does she have kids? She reminds me of Rosemary. I think so too. Okay. He said he defecated on himself. Sick stuff. Yeah. Like Elika says, why are they not arrested? Exactly. BBM says I'm late. Guys, I'm just rushing now. Faith says, what happened to Mtogo? It's the same thing that happened to the suspect. Yeah, indeed. Langelisha says that they took them to Pretoria for them to tell the truth. Faith, we are dealing with thugs. The mafia is here. Langelisha says, thank you, Faith. Chico was at the hospital. No way we need that CCTV. We do need it. Langelita says, let's talk the truth, not lies. Faith KK was impersonating the prophets from those charismatic churches, wasting time. Hmm. Nompumalelo says, good morning. I'm a new member. Hey, welcome. And you're warmly welcome to this channel. Thank you so much. Auxiliary says he used Senzo suffered in the hands of those he loved. Batung. Kuri, no one decided to tell the truth and suffer the consequences. This is the time I wish John Wick can intervene. Faith, this is just something else. L got out smoothly, like a smooth operator, like shoo. Now the job is done. Let me move swiftly. Who does that, leaving his friends in danger? Peter says it makes sense. Putwam, what you're saying, Longo is involved in Nakanjani. Pini, yes, Longo didn't greet as per Mthokozisi's testimony. He was very angry. It's true. You're supposed to be the judge. Life with Alice, this case is emotionally draining for me. I can't imagine what it's going to the what's it like for the Meyiwa family. Yeah, that's true. Bonjour à tous. Did I say it right? Now can you luma malimo bafet and call French? Bonjour, bonjour. I almost said Ankhana Canis, but I realized that's Afrikaans. For nice to meet you. Pilila says, thank you, Putwabi. Much appreciated. No, I hope you had a great time, Barbara. Thank you. Mickey Damini says, I just subscribed from London, UK. Thank you so much, Mickey. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Faith, sadly, S was a star. He was big, meaning Senzo. He changed the game. He changed Pirates. He played a big role in Pirates. In Bafana Bafana, he was big. How this case is being handled, it's very unfair. Yeah, very true. Penelope says, hello, everybody. Hi, Penelope. Oh, as in South Africa, they will say Penelope. I'm just messing around. I'm so sorry. Faith says, I can't help it. Yes, want another screenshot. Mickey says, yehlisa umoya bafo. Hey, yazi ngiyawehlisa nkosi yami kodwa kunabantu abakuhlokolozayo. Just nje. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Ngizowehlisa ngempela. Lawrence says, what if we put like longer shot than run? Then Tumelo and Togo was chasing him. That's all three people in this case running. Yeah. And the committee didn't see that. Okay, guys, the last one before I go. My goodness, the pressure. Hilton, all good, men. Thanks for summary. No, thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Hilton. Thank you so much. Guys, I need to run. Now they're putting pressure. I keep hearing whispers behind me. I need to go. I need to go because I'm the one who's conducting this meeting. So quickly, I need to go. Okay, guys, probably we'll have another live later on if I'm failing to compile a video because I'm going to be in the meeting the whole day today. I have two meetings, this one and then this is going to be another one. So I might not have time to compile a video. So we'll go live, we'll have fun once again, and then we'll talk. Faith, calm down, please. Some people can listen. Please go to your meeting. Yeah, no, indeed. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the super chats. You guys are incredible. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Bye. Let's continue listening to this case. I won't be listening to this morning, but I will listen at the replays at the later stage for the live tonight. I think the live should be around 7:30 or something like that. Bye, guys. Bye. I need to go. Bye. Bye.